Well, Merry Christmas to you. And I was sat at the office and I heard a knock at the door and a strange package was delivered. I've never had a Christmas gift like that turn up at the door. And look at that, somebody has sent us one of these poinsettias. Christmas houseplant, Christmas star plant, some countries might call it. Beautiful thing, and well, I thought we'd just show you kind of our poinsettia and give you a couple of tips on how to look after them if you're thinking of buying one for yourself, or if someone like us, you know, if you're lucky enough to have one given to you. So the first thing is that if you're buying one, make sure that you don't walk out of the nursery or the garden centre or the shop out into the cold December weather and have this exposed to cold temperature. These are native to kind of Central Southern America, Mexico. It's kind of one of their, it's famously, it's where the plant originated from. They like a constantly warm temperature, and just that minute or two walking from the garden centre to the car could be enough to chill this. So make sure that it's wrapped up and maybe put a cover over the top if you can. Protect them from the cold weather. And then when you get it into the house, you need to unwrap it carefully. We'll do that in a moment. And just to kind of, we call these red flowers. In fact, these red bits aren't flowers. They are colourful leaves. There's the green leaves underneath, and it's part of the way that the plant grows is that it surrounds the true flowers, which are these little yellow bits you can see just in there. We'll show you a close-up photograph in a moment. So those little yellow bits right in the centre are the actual flowers, and these bits around here are actually colourful leaves, also known as bracts. Bracts that surround the flowers. Whatever they are, they're very, very colourful. So let's see if I can carefully take this now out of the packaging. This is when my wife gets nervous that I don't drop it, because I can be quite clumsy. And we'll get it out of the sleeve. Best way is to hold on to the pot. Oh dear, sorry. And slide the sleeve down. Hey, look at this.
Or another option is use the scissors to cut the.
You could do that, yeah.
And then you wouldn't make a mess.
Well, that's told me, isn't it? So there we are. Now, as I'm putting it in the pot cover there, I'm just feeling the surface of the water and the surface of the surface of the compost, and it needs a little water. But be careful, because there's two things that will kill a poinsettia. One is being too wet. Don't forget, they're from Mexico. You know, they don't get so much rain there. So allow it to go a little bit dry on the top before you water it again, and then don't give it too much. If you touch the top of the compost and it's wet, it doesn't need watering. Okay, so that's the first thing, is don't overwater it. A couple of little trickles of water a week probably would be enough. The other thing they don't like is to be in a cold draft or an extremely hot draft. They like a warm room but away from drafts. So one option, I think it would look quite nice. Come and follow me. My beloved's handiwork on the Christmas tree there. So I think it would look quite nice there. It likes a light position, so not too dark and dingy. So we've got some light coming through the window. It doesn't want to be on a very, very bright window where it might get scorched, or it might get a bit of a chill through the window this time of the year. So that's not a bad position. However, just got to watch it with the radiator, because you know, if that was on full blast, it might scorch that. So probably, if it was, that would be perfect. That would be the ideal position. So it's got a bit of warmth, it's not getting direct scorch from the radiator, it's got a bit of light. But we were talking and we were saying that this is lovely, a lovely plant to look down on, because you know, if you look at it from from alongside you're seeing the green, you're not seeing the top. You really want to be able to look down on those flowers and those bracts. So we are probably going to try it back in the kitchen. Let's go back through there. Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree. There we are. So there's the compost on the floor. And if we put him there, and that little Rudy can keep an eye on him. How does that look? So maybe not quite enough light there, but we'll see how he gets on. So good light, good constant warmth, and a little trickle of water a couple of times a week. You can actually keep them from year to year. If you manage to get it in the right position and it stays healthy, if it's still looking healthy in spring, you can actually cut them right back to a little stump like that. Maybe in old language that's kind of, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches. What's that in centimetres? 7 to 10 centimetres. You can cut them right back in the spring, put it into a slightly larger pot, and you'll get lots and lots of new growth through the summer. And then come the winter, if you can control the light levels, you may well get it to produce those flowers and those bracts. Or you could put it on the compost heap and go and buy another one from your local garden centre for next autumn. Whatever it is, whatever you do, enjoy your poinsettia and have a great Christmas.